Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your finances and thought, this isn't enough? Yeah, you got some savings, no debt, maybe even a good job, but the anxiety is still there. The fear, the pressure around money. Why? Because we have been conditioned to believe that financial success is all about the numbers and the numbers alone. Your salary, your net worth, some magical milestone in your retirement account. But what if those aren't the real signs of success at all? Today, I want to shift that thinking. There are other signs, quiet, subtle, overlooked signs that prove you are doing better than you think. Starting with number one, you have an emergency fund that covers 6 months of expenses. Now, this is the first layer of true financial security. If you have a fully stocked 6-month emergency fund, you're already ahead of many Americans who don't. It's kind of like the financial equivalent of an emotional support animal. You know that you're gonna be okay even if tough times come. And by the way, when times are really chaotic, I actually up my recommendation to 12 months. I've done that during COVID, and I did that during the Trump tariff chaos. Now, this emergency fund sits quietly in the background, but it gives you peace of mind knowing that if you lose your job, or your car breaks down, your kids get sick, you're not gonna be in crisis mode. It also means that you planned ahead, that you respect risk, and you value peace of mind over impulse purchases. People who build up a sizable emergency fund, they're not relying on hope. They have built a buffer. And that safety net, 6 to 12 months, whispers, you're gonna be fine. Emergency funds are not only for worst case scenarios. The truth is, they are what give you the freedom to make smart everyday decisions without being afraid. Number two, you're not carrying credit card debt. Carrying credit card debt month to month is a wealth killer. No matter how much you make, if you're paying 27% interest, you are bleeding cash. Now, if you have paid off all your credit cards, or frankly, you never let a balance accumulate, you are in very good company. That means you are not funding your lifestyle with borrowed money, you're living within your means. It means that you have the discipline to not overspend on what is almost always discretionary expenses. And most importantly, you're not falling for the trap of minimum payments. You know how credit cards work. You know they want you to rack up that debt so that you are stuck in this interest quicksand. And you decided, not for me. You're not giving these credit cards a single extra cent, and you're sleeping very well because of it. That means that you're building wealth, not just by grinding harder, but by avoiding one of the biggest traps out there. And it shows me that you are thinking long-term, because it'll be very hard to build wealth while paying 27% interest. Now, some people actually are so normalized to credit card debt that they think everybody has it. But financially healthy people know that the real flex is paying $0 in interest. If you do have debt, you have made an aggressive plan to get rid of it. Number three, you regularly contribute 10% or more to your investments. The day you automated your investments was one of the most powerful, important days in your entire financial life. You know, lots of people don't invest because they think they need to become experts or have tons of money in order to invest. Wrong. The way that you accumulate tons of money is by investing. And it's way better to start as early as possible. You already know this. Investing is about consistency, not complexity, and that builds wealth. So if you're contributing 10% or more of your income to your investments, whether it be a 401k, Roth IRA, SEP IRA, taxable account, whatever, you are way ahead of the game. You have built wealth into your life by design. It's a part of it. And that money is quietly compounding in the background. It's growing while you sleep. You might not see the results right away, but people who do this, who set up regular, consistent, automatic investments, they have a long-term outlook. They are planting seeds that will grow into decades of freedom. I gotta tell you, I see a lot of people stuck thinking that they need to be a money person to invest. You don't. You just need a system that runs while you live your life. And one day, those seeds that you planted will bloom into the life you've been working towards. Number four, you spend at least 15% of your income guilt-free. Here's a sign that almost nobody talks about: spending with joy. How many financial experts do you know who come on here and berate you? Oh, you should just buy rice and beans. That's all I need to eat for the next 15 years. How about talking about actually enjoying our money? What's the point of this all? One sign of a healthy relationship with money is you actually don't feel bad if you buy an $8 oat milk latte or you take a weekend trip to wine country. Why? Because it's part of your plan. Money is not meant to be hoarded. It's not meant to feel guilty over. Money is meant to be spent creating your rich life. Now remember, guilt-free spending is not reckless. It's intentional. It is a sign you are so good with your money that you've actually built in room for fun. That is a rich life. And if you're spending at least 15% of your income guilt-free on things, experiences, gifts, whatever you love, you're doing better than fine. You are living. You're living that rich life today so that you can live an even richer life tomorrow. That is achieving a balance that 95% of people do not figure out. Many of them have an unhealthy relationship with money. They hoard it, they save it, they feel guilty, and then suddenly one day they see something in front of them, they go, I need that car, I need that house, I need that vacation. But none of it involves planning. Okay, we need to be in control of our money. We need to have a healthy relationship with money. And part of a healthy relationship involves knowing that it's okay to spend on things we love. You don't have to cut everything fun out of your life. You also don't have to spiral out of control, going from one end of the spectrum to another. You can build joy into your financial plan. Remember, I want you to be so good with money that you can say yes, guilt-free, and you can say no without feeling bad. Yes, learning how to spend your money matters. Spending money is a skill, and just like any other skill, it can be developed. Personally, I believe that it is a tragedy to live a smaller life than you have to. Number 5, you can make last-minute decisions without panicking. Let's say your friends are in from out of town, they invite you to dinner, or you got a last-minute weekend trip that comes up, or your phone breaks and you need a new one. If your first reaction is, okay, that's a sign you're doing well. You're not scraping by, you're not feeling anxious about some unexpected expense. You have created enough financial slack in your life that one surprise expense is not gonna throw you off plan. And that is a powerful place to be. Now remember, this doesn't mean blowing money left and right. It just means that you are not handcuffed by your bank balance. You have margin, you have flexibility and options. Options are one of those underrated luxuries that money actually can buy. See, financial freedom is not just for multimillionaires. Real freedom starts when you can say yes to small things without being stressed about it. Number 6, you have healthy money conversations. You know how many people avoid talking about money? They only talk about money when it's a problem, when their partner spent money that they don't agree with, and therefore they start to hate money because they only talk about it when it's a fight. If you can talk about money clearly and calmly with yourself, with a partner, you have built one of the most overlooked forms of wealth: communication. You're not in the dark, you've taken ownership over your financial life, and you are building alignment with the people you care about. Now, you can use the techniques in my new book, Money for Couples. You can have a monthly money meeting using my agenda, or you can share your goals with the people around you. You can get excited about tracking how closely you are to taking that dream vacation. Whatever you choose, you're doing something most people never do. You are engaging with your money. You're not hiding from it. And I gotta tell you, people who are financially successful engage with their money. They talk openly about what they're working towards. They discuss trade-offs with their partners. They ask how they can support their partner along the way. That's how alignment happens. That's how you build trust. And that is how you build a rich life, brick by brick, conversation by conversation. That's maturity. That's clarity. That's confidence. Money does not have to be a source of fights and disagreement. Money can be a source of joy and connection and spontaneity. Now, quick break. If you are learning something already and you're thinking, hey, maybe I am doing that well, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to show you how to live a rich life and be as specific as possible. Not just someday, but starting right now. All right, let's move on to number 7. You're not relying on financial apps to feel in control. Why is everybody so obsessed with having all these apps on their phone? Yeah, of course I have my investment app on my phone. Why? I gotta log in and check out why? And suddenly people realize a lot of times you just have apps out of habit, not even a good habit. The f you looking at? Sitting there, oh, my checking account. Yes, I have some money in there. Here I am. I have my emotional support blanket. Oh, I'm feeling out of control. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna log into my Schwab account and click the numbers. That's not how it works. You don't need emotional support through your checking account. That's a waste of time. In fact, that actually shows that you do not have the correct system set up if you have to log in every day and feel the relief flow through your body. No! Okay, so if you can start off by not needing to log in every day, that's a good sign. Next, for those freak optimizers watching this, if you can manage your money without needing 15 different spreadsheets, you've also reached a new level. Okay, you've put your system on autopilot and you actually understand how it works so deeply that you don't feel the need to almost compulsively check it all the time. Fancy apps and dashboards will not make you rich, okay? I have as simple of a system as possible. That is what I want for you as well. If you're solo, I want you to use this system and I will teach you to be rich. Set that up. If you're in a relationship, use the one in Money for Couples. I want you to keep that system simple, one that you deeply understand because it shows intentionality. It shows awareness. It shows mastery. You don't need to outsource control to some app. You don't need to self-soothe by looking at some numbers every day. You are in control of your money when it is drop dead simple. More dashboards do not mean more control. Real mastery, it's less about complexity, much more about clarity. Now, if this video resonates with you, then you're gonna love the next one because it breaks down the exact steps from survival to abundance. So click it, watch it, and let's keep building your rich life together.